Good morning. This is Ed Crowe. Today I'm going to go over the Annuity Rate Watch quote engine. Annuity Rate Watch is the quote site that is provided to Pinnacle and Crowe agents and downline partners of Pinnacle Financial Services at no cost. This is very useful. It's a quote engine that allows you to go in and quote fixed annuities, MYGAs, indexed annuities, and you can also run income rider illustrations and comparisons on it. It's really useful. It's a site that usually costs money to subscribe to, but Pinnacle provides it at no cost to everybody that has annuity contracts with Pinnacle, Crowe & Associates, or any downline partners of Pinnacle Financial Services or Crowe. So we're going to go over that today. It's a huge time saver. I know in the past I used to write annuity business, and it was a pain quoting MYGAs, trying to find out who had the best rate. Fixed annuity, same thing, and then especially income rider illustrations. You wanted to find the company that would pay out the most after a 5-year wait or an 8-year wait or immediate. And you used to have to call around and try to find, or call Pinnacle and try to have them run it for you and see what company paid out the highest. But you can do that for free, and you have full access to it through the Pinnacle site. So we're going to go over that today. And I'll show you how you get onto the site in the first place, and then I'll fumble through it a bit and show you how to use it. I don't use it every day anymore. So the point being, if I can give you a demonstration and go through it, then anybody can use it. So first off, you go to pfsinsurance.com. That's Pinnacle's website. So pfsinsurance.com. Hopefully the internet is going to be quick so it doesn't delay us. It's pretty good today at my office. So there's the Pinnacle site. Now, to get on the Annuity Rate Watch quote engine, you're going to go to quoting and go to annuities. A couple things. You will need a login for the Pinnacle site. As you can see on the top right, it says Howdy Ed Crowe. I'm already logged in. But to get on the site, to use this function, you will need a login. If you don't have one, you can call Crowe & Associates, our office. You can call your marketer or call Pinnacle. And if you have any annuity products with us, you have access to the site. They just need to provide you, or we need to provide you, with the username and password. So we're going to go to the quoting site after we're logged in, and we're going to go to annuities. All right, we go to the annuity section here. You can quote indexed, you can do rate sheets, you can quote anything on here. We're going to just go to the indexed section. And when you go in there, it doesn't really matter which section you go in. Now, again, you will need a username and password also to get into Annuity Rate Watch. It automatically logged me in because I've gone in before. But if you don't have a username and password, same thing. You call your marketer, call Crowe & Associates or Pinnacle, and get your username and password for both the Pinnacle site and for Annuity Rate Watch. So again, I mentioned it doesn't matter what you click on initially because it gives you the menu over the top. As you can see, it'll quote MYGAs, fixed indexed. You can do SPIAs even. I usually forget to mention that, but it's on there if you want a single premium immediate. There's your rider quoting. You can quote income riders off of there as well. We'll start with the MYGA. So if we go to MYGA, you can go to product list, you can go to top rates, we'll go to that, or you can go to MYGA search. I'll do the search actually. Okay, so you pick your state. Let's say I'm in Connecticut. I've got somebody that's got $100,000. And it's going to ask you here if it's qualified or non. We'll go non-qualified, and we'll say the person is 60 years old. Then additional things we can do, obviously you can go by rating. You could choose if you want the carrier to be a certain rating. I won't choose anything there. Market value adjustment, yes or no. Return of premium. Any additional premiums that they're going to be paying in future years. I'm just going to keep it simple here and go with a lump sum. You can choose a company if you want, but I'm going to do a search to find the best rate, so I'm not going to do that. And then the guaranteed, the fixed term of the MYGA. We'll go with the 5-year. And then we will hit search. Okay, so it takes a minute here, but lo and behold, it's just going to give us all the rates currently available in Connecticut for those specifics, a person that age with that dollar amount, you got to be careful sometimes. If you go too low on the dollar amount, there might be some products out there that won't show up because they have minimum amounts. And you can see they give you the company name, they'll give you the rating, the max issue age, which is nice to have handy right in front of you, minimum premium that's got to be put in to get this product. As you can see, there's some that are all the way up to 100,000 minimum, whether there's a free withdrawal or not. And then you can see here, current rate, base rate, years for rate. I did MYGAs, so it's fixed for 5. So the current and the base is almost always going to be the same. And as you can see, Equitrust has a product. It's a 5-year fixed with a 5.25 yield. And as you go down, you can see the financial rating and you can see the fixed rate. Maybe you get a client that says, I don't want anybody with less than an A rating. Okay. Just depends on what they like, basically. But that's how you find a MYGA rate. Now, if you want to switch this, because that's the 5-year, let's remember that number, 525 for 5. In today's rate environment, I'm wondering if we go to 3, what it's going to look like. So 525 on 5 years, but if we go to the 3-year, which I bet won't be too different. No, it's higher, actually. Yeah, it's crazy the way rates are today. But as you can see, okay, you have a B+ carrier that has a 5.4 for 3 years. So great way to look up rates on MYGAs. You can do the same thing on fixed. I won't run through the fixed because it's the same thing. Just for those not familiar, a fixed is a little different. That might have bonus rates in the first year, all those types of things. Might have a much higher rate for the first 2 years. It's guaranteed for, say, 3 or 5 or 10, whatever you want to do. But the rate will have variability on a fixed versus a MYGA will not. However, it'll give you the total average yield of that product, even with all the bells and whistles. Maybe I'll run a quote in a minute. We'll see. But I ran the 3 years. You can see it's higher. And again, the client might say, well, I don't want a B carrier. I want an A carrier. And then you got to look at your minimums as well. Great way. And if you need to switch the state, you can. You can just go to, let's say, really quick, Florida. Search. Sometimes you do have to clear the search criteria. It'll mess it up. I'm being lazy and didn't do it. Let's see if it still works. And it did. So there's Florida for you. Wow, 3-year in Florida, you've got 6% for 3, which is kind of crazy. Let's go to the 5. Quick search. So 6% for 3, 6% for 5. Okay, let's look at we'll look at fixed indexed. Okay, we'll do a fixed index search. Actually, let me clear the search. Good to do that once in a while. I recommend clearing the search if you're doing different product types. Because it will, I don't use this all the time. But I do know if you don't clear the search, you run into some issues with it sometimes. Okay, so I cleared the search. Actually, I should have gone to fixed index first. Let's go to fixed index search. So now we're going to look up fixed indexed annuities. Obviously, you got a lot of variables here when you're talking fixed index because you've got min premiums, minimum premium amounts. You've got all the different crediting methods. There's a lot of variability on a fixed indexed annuity. But let's go with what we have. Just do a quick example. We'll do Connecticut again, do 100,000. What I like the fixed index for is to see the crediting methods. You can see bonuses if there's any. But more importantly, the thing I always found the hardest to find was the interest, the current rates on the crediting methods. So that was always really annoying to try to get those. But with this, you have them. So it's nice. We'll leave rating alone. We'll go product fee. You can choose if you want a product with a fee or not. We'll just go with any for now. Years of surrender. We'll go 10. So we'll go 10-year surrender on a product. We'll leave the riders off for now, and we'll search. And again, a lot more variables on an indexed annuity because obviously some of them have so many crediting methods with, monthly average point to point. A lot of them now use risk controlled indexes. Maybe they've got a 5-year point to point on the S&P. Maybe they got a 2-year point to point or 1 year on a risk controlled index. It's all over the board. So what this will do is it'll give you all the products, gives you again the rating, max issue age. This is just giving you a kind of a brief look of what's available on these products. Maybe we go to, let's see, if we want to look at the Equitrust product, if you want details, you can view the accounts, and there you go. So when you go on this product, you can click on the details, and it'll show you the various crediting methods available on the product, what the caps are, participation rates, everything. I mean, it's a great way to see what current rates are on a product. And when you dig in a little more, if you look at the name, you can see like the Barclays Focus 50 index is on there, for example. That's a risk-controlled fund. The S&P, the Mark 5%, which is a 5% risk-controlled index. But it'll give you all those rates and information, which is really, really handy. Let's look at one more really quick. Let's look at, let's see, we'll look at Global Atlantics. Try it once more, I guess. That one doesn't seem to be coming up. Let's try a different one, I guess. We'll try Alliances. Well, let's try Silax. Usually the rates do come up. It's going slow right now for some reason. But if you click on it and you're willing to wait, I'm not today because for demonstration purposes, those rates will pop up when you click on there if you wait it out for a few minutes. But maybe you want to look then at, that's a 10-year. Maybe you want to look at a 6-year surrender. Also, I should mention on the right, it gives you riders that are available, so you can see those. So we went to a 6-year, obviously a much smaller selection on a 6-year surrender, but same thing. You can see what's available on there. And then usually, when you click on rates, if you wait, there we go. I was just getting impatient and didn't want to wait it out. And you can see, that it'll have a 1-year or 2-year point-to-point. It's got a 6-year strategy. I'm not big into 6-year point-to-points, but anyway, there it is. So that's if you want to look up fixed indexed annuities. Now, if you want to do a rider, so let's quote a rider. So this is for income riders, which obviously can be tricky given the person's situation, how many years they want to wait before they start income. It's, if you don't have this, you have to call the upline Pinnacle, for example, give them the scenario. It's a huge time saver to do this. So let's just put Ed Crowe in there. I'm not 55, but let's say that I am. All right, single annuitant, male, Connecticut. Now here's when you solve. You can solve for the payout amount or solve for the premium required. We'll go payout amount. We'll do a single premium of $100,000. And now it's asking us, when do we want the benefit to start? Because with an income rider, obviously you can determine exactly when the income rider benefit will start, and you know the exact payout. So let's wait for a while. We'll say I want income when I'm 60. And we will hit run. So once this gets around to it, it's going to simply run this against the income riders that are available. It'll show us the income rider that'll pay out the most. Here we go. And if we look down through, we can see the person, remember, they put in $100,000. They wanted income to start at age 50. And this simply will show you things like bonuses, roll-up rate, income amount, benefit rate. But really, none of that truly matters. That's all just window dressing. I mean, bonuses, roll-up rates, none of it really matters. The end result is what pays out the most, because you know that person wants income in 5 years. So who's going to pay them the most guaranteed income in 5 years? And there it is. The Emeritus product will pay out $10,070 per year in 5 years. Pretty straightforward. And then you can go down through, and they might care about the rating of the company. But my point is, what can be deceiving is you might say, well, this has got a 10% bonus rider. Well, that's great. But what really comes down to is dollars and cents. And the one without the bonus will pay more. Pretty simple and easy. And of course, there's other things you can do, such as filter out rider fees, things such as that. And really do whatever you want with this thing. So let's hit back for a minute. I think I can just edit this quote. Yeah, I can. Let's see. If you hit edit, because maybe we want, the person says, well, I changed my mind. I don't want income after 5 years. I want income in year 10. All right, well, let's take a look. So we're going to run it for 10 years, see who's going to pay out the most. If they put that money in at age 55, $100,000, and they are willing to wait 10 years, who's going to pay out the most? And there you have it. So you've got the American General product, their Power 10 and 7. As you can see, first year, that's going to pay out the most, $16,000, when they take income in year 10. And you can run any variations of this you want, different ages, different amounts. Maybe you want they want an immediate payout, whatever it may be. You can run it on here. The last thing I'll show you is the fixed. It's going to be pretty much the same thing, but I quoted the MYGA earlier. Now I'm going to quote the fixed. I'm going to clear the search. Actually, it's smart enough to tell me now, which is nice. It didn't used to do that in the past, but now it does. Okay, here we go. So let's do Florida premium. It's $250,000. Non-qualified persons, I don't know, 60 years old. Great. We'll do 3-year fixed. Hit search. Again, the difference with the fixed is it will have things like bonus rates up front. It'll have a higher rate in the first year, teaser rate they call it. But as you'll see on here, it will show you what the average yield is per year. So it'll cut through all the kind of gimmicks, as I'll call them. Let's see, it didn't yield anything, so let me try. That's called user error. It means I did something wrong. Let's see. We'll go 5. So the nice thing too is if you're looking for criteria that aren't out there, then it'll do what it just did to me and tell you there is nothing. So let's try this again. There we go. So let's say I want 5 years. As you can see, it's going to lay it all out for you. It'll tell you the product. It's a 5-year surrender. It shows you the base rate, and it's the same base rate all the way through. It won't always be that way, though. On some products, they might have a bonus in there, and then the base rate will be lower, but they'll show you the average yield anyway. If I picked a different state, it might have a premium bonus. As you see, there are a few of those. But really, none of that, quite frankly, matters. You just want to go by whoever has the highest guaranteed yield to surrender. And if you click on it, it'll sort it for you. So we know, I'm not even familiar with that company, but the GCU Flex 5 comes out to an average yield of 3.23 for 5. In other words, you want to go with the MYGA because that rate was much better. Okay, well, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of how this works, how you can utilize it. It's one of those things where if you get on the system, mess around with it, get comfortable with it, you can do anything. I didn't even quote SPIAs, but you certainly can do that. It's a single premium immediate annuity. for somebody who wants immediate payout. And what you can do is somebody who says, I want income immediately, you can run the SPIA versus the income rider immediate payout and see which one comes out better. Theoretically, the SPIA should, but you can run it and see for yourself. That's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to call Pinnacle or call Crowe & Associates. We'd be happy to talk to you about this. Our number here at the office is 203-796-5403. And hope you have a great day, and thanks for coming on today.